Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new, hi, my name is Dana. Today I'm going to try apple custard. Apple custard is an old tea from David's Tea that they just decided to bring back for their 10-year anniversary. They brought back a couple select teas and they sort of split them into two categories. There was like a tropical collection where there were 4 teas that were all like fruity and like tropical kind of vibes. And then the one I bought, which is called the Sweetheart Throwbacks. So it came in a little box like this with 4 different teas. And this is one of them, apple custard. It comes in this really cute like light purple tin, and then all of the tops of the tins have like a donut print on it, and then it's embossed with David's Tea. And then on the bottom it has the steep instructions, and there are some ingredients on the back as well. Let's get it steeping before we do anything else. This one is an herbal tea, so it can steep as long as we want. Oh my gosh, this is really unique looking. I'm excited to show you guys, and I'm excited to take a good look for myself because I've never seen a tea that looked like this before. My water is not super hot, so we will let it steep extra long. So let's go ahead and read those ingredients, and then we can check out the loose tea. So the ingredients are apples, golden raisins, coriander, calendula petals, natural and artificial vanilla flavoring, and it does say may contain coconut. So let's open it up. It is really weird looking because there are a lot of little like round seeds. And now, like looking at the ingredients, I have come to the conclusion that these must be coriander seeds, which is so weird. Coriander is like the seed of cilantro, right? So it kind of seems weird to have so many, but look at the amount of coriander seeds. I feel like it's more seeds than anything else. I want it to be easy for you guys to see. Look at that. So many. Besides those, I do see the calendula petals and the raisins. There are a lot of good like big chunks of stuff in here. So this is called apple custard, and I have heard people talk about this before. This is an old tea that people would always say like, oh, I wish David's Tea would bring this one back. I don't think I've ever like tried apple custard, like the dessert. I didn't really know that was a thing, but I guess with this tea, I am sort of hoping for almost like a creme brulee sort of taste. You know, like when you have creme brulee, it's like the custard and then on top of it is like the caramelized sugar. I'm sort of expecting this to be like an apple creme brulee without like the burnt sugar taste. So the apple is the first ingredient in this tea. With a lot of apple teas, it is really hard to taste the apple. Usually it just adds like a nice level of sweetness instead of like an actual flavor. So I am curious to see how much apple will taste. But I'm definitely smelling like a custardy creme brulee, like vanilla rich sort of smell. As far as fruit infusion teas with apple, David's Tea also has, of course, Forever Nuts, which nothing can beat that in my opinion. Forever Nuts is one of the most delicious teas like in the entire world. So I'm not expecting this to even come close to that. But there is also a tea called Spiced Apple, and that one definitely is like almost like an apple pie but spicier. This one is like just a sweet desserty apple. So I'm a bit curious to compare and see the differences, but I am so intrigued by how unique this tea blend looks. Like all of those coriander seeds. I've seen teas with coriander in it before, like cardamom French toast has it, but never like this many. So I believe this tea could be made into a latte as long as the apple is not too acidic. Besides that, nothing in this tells me that you couldn't turn it into a latte. I'm curious if we're going to taste as much richness and that like custardy sort of smell that I'm getting when we actually taste the tea. If it's gonna like translate really well. It still is pretty like pale colored, but I think it's about ready to steep because it has been steeping quite some time. And I wish I could show you guys without spilling all of the coriander seeds just floating right up to the top. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the infuser. Okay, so check it out. When I say there are a lot of coriander seeds, I mean a lot. Like, look at that. Doesn't that seem like an abnormal amount? I'm not getting too much smell out of it. I'm almost like smelling something floral. Maybe it's the calendula petals, but let's go ahead and taste it and let the taste speak for itself. Oh, wow. It tastes a lot better than I expected, to be honest. So my aunt makes these, like, they're called apple squares. It's almost like pie dough or like puff pastry, and then there's like apple and some icing on top, and it tastes like that. I know there's no cinnamon in this, but it almost feels like there is. And maybe that's the coriander. Maybe the coriander is there to help bring out the taste of the apple, because normally you wouldn't taste the apple, and I feel like I do. I wish it was a little more rich and custardy, but it definitely has a vanilla, like sweet, desserty feel with the actual taste of the apple. It's excellent, honestly, it's really good. Yeah, I taste the apple. It tastes like baked apple slices. I wish I was getting more like, you know that like egg yolky, like custard taste? I wish I was tasting a little more of that, like something a little richer and not quite as light as it is, but it definitely is not as light as I expected it to be. So a little less rich than I hoped for, but a little more flavorful than I thought. So did David's Tea make the right decision bringing this one back? I'm not really sure, because I don't think there's anything terribly unique about it. Like the cookie dough, that is such a unique flavor for a tea, and who wouldn't want to try that? Like if someone says to you like, hey, I have a cookie dough tea, like, you want to try it? You'd be like, oh my God, what could that even be like? I mean, sure. But apple custard doesn't really seem like something that would be that like off base for a tea. Like it seems pretty normal. Like I feel like if you went into the grocery store and you went down the tea aisle, you wouldn't be shocked to see a tea called apple custard. Is it good? Yeah. Do I enjoy it? Definitely. But would I buy it again? No, definitely not. Like, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of it that I have. I might even try doing like a latte or using it in some kind of baking or like a recipe or something, because I do think it's really cool and I think it has a nice flavor, but I'm just not like floored by it the way I was about the cookie dough. All right guys, I hope this was interesting to you and I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on apple custard. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried this tea and if you think it was a good one for them to bring back. Honestly, I think with like the uniqueness of Forever Nuts, which is so heavy in apple, I don't think the one to bring back would have been another apple fruit infusion tea. I hope you're having a beautiful day and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.